So in this segment, we're going to be talking about, Keir Starmer needs to deliver. This according to James Schneider. James Schneider got a lot of stick for apparently being privately educated, and people are real mad at him, even though, what he's saying is what other people have actually said on the Labour social. So that's a bit weird.
Living standards have been falling, and not really just for this parliament. We have now almost 2 decades of falling living standards for large sections of the population, and the macro is really bad. Geopolitical crises and stress, climate breakdown, rising costs, deglobalisation. The outlook is not good, and Labour's current plan, which is to say we'll grow the economy, how? Not a word.
Which is true. They've not really explained the how. The how was meant to be, the Green Prosperity Plan. That's gone out the window. Now they're talking about, closing tax loopholes, which is fine. The non-dom tax, which Jeremy Hunt has stolen. Abolishing some of the VAT exemptions around private schools, which again is fine, but that money's been allocated. It's not really going to grow the economy. And so Labour have justified with being asked, how are you going to grow the economy? And they just don't have answers for it.
It's a recipe for Keir Starmer being the most hated man in Britain by the end of the Parliament. So I don't think it will be the left that removes him. I think that unless Labour develop some actual policies to deal with the many crises that we face that are bold and big, then the government will have a big mandate, will do nothing, and will be seen as a failure.
Yeah, and this is one of the things where Boris Johnson ran into, and he kept, complaining about other people. The Conservative government have that problem now, where they moan about other people, the Lords, etc. It's like, you've got a stonking majority. We can see you've got a stonking majority. For you to complain people standing in your way is laughable. And this sentiment here isn't just echoed by James Schneider about, Starmer needing to deliver. This is echoed by, one of Labour's biggest talkers on YouTube.
Used up a lot of their credibility, I think, with most people. And also, Labour simply can't afford to be boxed in too tightly by the Tories. They are having to pay attention to the Tory lines that have cut through. But, they've got to have a record to stand on at the following election, otherwise they might as well give up now.
And that's it. Labour do need a record to stand on at the moment, based on the stuff they are saying. It's not looking great. And the big fear for me is, and I think this is something a lot more people should be fearful of, is Reform UK. They're at 16 points in the polls. The Tories have like a little bounce, like 1 point. You have margin error, you have around 3 points. Labour dropping off a bit, I'm not too worried about that. But is this reform vote here? That's what concerns me, because chances are they will become, I think, the main competitors to the Labour Party post-election. We're going to see a potential collapse of the Tory party for a while at least. And I think we'll see this right-wing populist kind of Trumpian party that will say to the working class, there are problems, yes, and these are solutions, and the solutions they're going to offer are racism and xenophobia and hatred, and people will fall for it. We're seeing it across Europe. We saw it in the mid-2010s with UKIP, and then it kind of fell off because that party itself was too toxic. This right here is what I fear. This right here, 16 points, and that's without Nigel Farage. That's without a leader with any kind of charisma. I am a bit nervous about this, and so Starmer does need a record to stand on. It is very much correct that he does need to deliver here, and that's not just according to people on the left like James Schneider. It's according to his own dogs right here. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel on Patreon if you can, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.